wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, new thing here on my channel where I talk about things on social media that are pissing me off. Okay, I know it says annoying me, but I don't think I can put pissing me off in the title, but just know it's pissing me off. Okay, so I need a place where I can let that out. So what better place than on a channel where the name is Too Much Mouth? And the first one that we're going to talk about is the world of dating on social media, dating advice, the rise of these relationship coaches, both men and women, because I don't get it. I don't know if it's the pandemic, you know, we've been inside, things have shut down, you couldn't go places at certain times. So yeah, when it comes to dating, you saw a shift towards social media and online dating apps because you can't go anywhere to meet anyone. So you gotta meet people online. You're seeing more and more of people's ideology when it comes to dating. And I feel like the main word of this video is going to be reality, because I feel like we're losing a little touch with reality, with the advice that's being given, the conversations being had around it. Like at this point, I am so traumatized by podcasts that if a man told me he had a podcast, immediately no. I would block the number. You could be praising Jesus on there. I'm not sticking around long enough to find out just because I've had it like up to here with it, right? And because especially like the men that are running these podcasts, first of all, it's the same redundant topics over and over again. It's the same advice being repackaged in different ways. And I feel like a lot of them that run these podcasts, that are listening to these podcasts, and mind you, they're preaching to men on how to act to get women, and to women on how to act to get the men that they claim that they are. I feel like a lot of them realize that like things have shifted, society has shifted, and they're in fear, right? Because women, they're being more self-sufficient. They're raising their standards, they're changing their standards because they don't have to live how, you know, your mother did, your grandmother did years ago, stuff like that, right? And they realize this. Also, keep in mind that women are realizing, I don't want you at all. I don't want to be married. I don't want kids. We've seen that the number of children being born is, you know, like slowly declining and stuff like that. They're realizing this, and they're actually the ones who are in fear. Not only are they in fear, but they're angry, right? Because it's not going to be as easy for some of them to, well, I mean, it wasn't easy for a lot of them anyway, but it's not going to be as easy to manipulate women into wanting to be with you. It's not, you're gonna have to put some work into it, right? Like women are requiring, I don't know, a job. They're requiring, I don't know, a car, right? You know, like basic living essentials. So they put out these things and they're telling you, well, I'm only gonna pay for the first 3 dates, and then after that, you pay for every other date until you're ready to sleep with me. Like do you hear what I'm saying? But the thing is, I'm not surprised by that because I don't expect much from you. You know, like I can't really be let down that you're saying these type of things or that these type of things are being recycled so much, because I didn't have high expectations for you anyway. But what is really starting to get on my nerves are like the opposite side, you know, like women coaches and stuff like that. Because again, the whole losing a little touch of reality here, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what do y'all be saying? Because a lot of the ones that I come across and the ones that start like these big conversations that you see going on for like days on days on days, they're not teaching you, you know, like how to look for or how to build a relationship where you build as a woman, like yourself. You build yourself into a better person before finding someone, or really even like you being aware of how to find the right man for you, how to spot certain things, how to realize what you don't want, what you do want. A lot of them, it's almost like they're training you to build this type of woman who's solely going to make herself perfect to find this specific type of man, right? It's not even like a personality type thing. It's more like surface level, you know, how to look this way, how to talk this way. Can't wear short nails. No, can't wear long nails. Can't wear long nails, that's ghetto. It's not going to attract men, they're not going to want you, right? Can't be the loudest woman in the room, that's masculine. They're gonna look at you and I'm not gonna wanna wife a woman like that. And I'm like, besides the fact that all of that stuff that you're teaching and stuff, you can always name a woman who is the total opposite of that, who is married, who is like happily married, who is being taken care of in that type of thing, right? Again, losing touch with reality and going to extremes on some of this coaching. Like, I'm pretty sure if I said that it's an idea that you can't have extremely long nails, you can think of a woman that has extremely long nails that's married, right? Who has men spending money on her. If I say, oh, you're not supposed to wear this type of clothing, you can think of a woman who wears that type of clothing, who's married, who has men bawling out on her, who's happy in her relationship, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not teaching anything useful. It gives misogyny. It gives kind of just regurgitating what the other ones are saying, but like in the opposite type of way, where it's not really helping you, or it's not really doing anything for you. So it's like relationship coaches in general, and I need people to like keep in mind, these people on like both sides, right? They are creating these platforms and they want to build these followings who are going to believe what they're saying, and then they go out into the world and try to actually implement those type of things, right? Because they want to profit off of this. It's not just I like you, I want to help you, no. They want to be able to monetize it. They want to be able to, I can have celebrities on my podcast now. I can get revenue off my podcast. I can get sponsors off my podcast. So you got to keep that in mind when you're listening to the things that these people are saying, because they'll say things that are so extreme, things that are so just for shock value, because it's going to draw people in. You're going to want to look at it. You're going to want to watch it. You're going to want to, but the thing is, people are internalizing it, and they're creating their personalities around it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, they're actually trying to be this person in real life. And it's like, you're supposed to like listen to the advice that you get when it comes to dating, and then like reflect it on yourself. Again, build on yourself as a person, think logically, and create your own person. But people aren't doing that though. They're literally listening to it, and this is how I have to act. I have to look this way, I have to talk this way, I have to talk to women this way, I have to talk to men this way. And it's like, that's not how it works, because someone can't coach you how to have a relationship that lasts for years, right? And again, whether it's a relationship that you want based on love, a relationship that you want based on, financial security, like they can't teach you how to sustain that for like years on years on years, right? So why would you listen to what they're saying and say, you know what? This is who I am going to be. You have told me who to be, and I am now going to do that. And I don't need to think critically for myself, like whatsoever. And people are doing that. Like, I've literally seen, people when they screenshot how people are talking to them, and it's literally like they take bullet notes that these coaches are giving them, and then they go say it like word for word in real life. And I'm like, you can't really think that like it works like that, right? And the thing is, a lot of this be coming from people who, what credentials do you have to be saying that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to teach me how to get a Russell Wilson if you don't have a Russell Wilson? And then there'll be the people who are like, well, I dated a Russell Wilson, right? Like, I had a relationship with a Russell Wilson, but do you still have one? No? Okay, so it's almost like even doing all the things that you claim you need to do, looking all the ways that you claim you need to look, it's almost like you can still do all that and it not work out, because that's not all it takes for a relationship to actually work, right? And again, like, I don't even want to address the men, because it's like, I don't expect much from you. It's just, But after you get past like the dating coaches, then you would like the dating advice, the dating topics, and again, losing a touch of reality, because it's like, how many times are we going to debate like having a $200 date, right? If you have determined this is who you want to date, these are the type of people that you want to date, you also got to be realistic, right? 19 years old, you're dating someone that's 19 years old. Are they going to be able to take you out on $200 dates? Some will, right? And that's your choice on that. But when you see this topic on social media, it's so cutthroat that no, if you're not going on $200 dates, then you're not in the right relationship for you. Like, I feel like people are, again, forgetting that you need to take this advice, these topics, and apply them to your life. And again, be realistic with it, right? Because I be seeing people, I know you don't I know you don't be dating people solely who take you out on $200 dates. So why are you arguing this hard on social media? And the thing is, like, do y'all be living off social media? Like, it's kind of like the people who create a completely different persona online that they don't live in real life. And I'm like, but again, people see these topics and they take it for like face value. Like, they don't think beyond it, and they just start regurgitating the same things over and over and over again. Like, how many times can we argue about splitting the bill? If you want to split the bill, go ahead and split the bill, okay? But if you see the next person that doesn't want to split the bill, why are you arguing with them? What, like, I just feel like we're losing the plot here because it's just gotten so extreme. Like, it's gotten to it's this way and that's the only way. And if we live offline, I feel like we know that's not how life in general works, and that's not how a relationship works. That's not how sustaining a healthy one, a good one, is going to work. Again, for whatever reason you're in the relationship, right? Because, like, for example, that cigar bay type thing, and if you guys don't know what it is, it was this girl on TikTok. She went viral because she had a date. The date told her that he likes cigars, so she went to her father's house. She asked her father for a cigar. The father gave her a cigar. She gifted the man a cigar on the first date. That's what happened, right? But I tell y'all, that turned into a weeks-long type thing of people attacking her for being dumb, for giving a gift on the first date, because now he's gonna see he can walk all over you. Now he's not gonna take you seriously. Now he's not going to spoil you because you've shown that you don't have high standards and stuff like that, right? And it's like, besides the fact that if you actually continued listening to the girl's story, she said after she gave that cigar, he was so appreciative that he took her out and he bought her things as well, you know, kind of normal in a relationship, someone that you like, where you give, they take, they give, that type of stuff, right? But I was looking at it and I was like, you know, in real life, like, people gift people things that they like, right? Mind you, she didn't have to pay for that. Like, it was a simple thing and she gave it, right? But on social media will make you think that, like, that was the worst thing that you could have possibly done. You know, vice versa, a man that talks about, I don't let her pay for the first date, right? Again, something that normally happens when people are dating in the real world. Will get attacked, being called a simp, being called a this is why, they're expecting this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But why are you acting like someone else is crazy for doing it, when reality is every relationship is going to be different? No relationship is going to be the same. Not a single one. You can take all the advice, all the rules, all the changing this and changing that about yourself. It's never going to be the same as the next person. Why? Because that's not how life works. And I really be having to ask myself, like, is it me? Am I the crazy one? Or am I just being logical? Like, am I, you know, able to think for myself? Because at the end of the day, like, you should be listening to this advice, these conversations, taking what you want from them, and applying them to yourself. Telling yourself, okay, how do I want to move forward as far as being this type of person when I date, or being that type of, and people aren't doing that. And it's getting scary. It's getting scary because, like I said, like, it's getting so extreme that, like, people take dating as a joke nowadays. They literally look at it like a joke because of the things that people are saying. Even when I posted that video the other day talking about dating in Atlanta, people are like, I've just given up. I've given up on dating because the way that people are acting nowadays, like, y'all ain't got no home training. That's how some of y'all be acting. Y'all be acting like y'all ain't got no home training whatsoever. The moral of the story is, and you know, again, like, I be talking more to my women because I'm always put women first. Can we get back to, like, being realistic with the conversation? Like, can we get back to realizing that it's not so cutthroat, that it's not so easily applied, that it's not like a one for all and everyone fits under the same umbrella? Can we get back to having adult conversations? Can we get back to realizing who we're taking some of the advice from? Because, and mind you, people are gonna say, well, I don't have to have kids to be able to give advice on kids, which is true. That is true. You know, you were a kid, you've had your own experience and stuff like that. Same thing here. Now, do you need to be married to a Russell? Well, to a Russell Wilson to give advice on how to get a Russell Wilson. That one I'd argue a little bit about there. But even if you're going to take advice from someone who is not married to a Russell Wilson giving you advice on how to find a Russell Wilson, take some of it with a grain of salt, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the moral of this story. Like, take what you're hearing, think logically, think for yourself, most importantly, and then apply it as need be to your own life. If you're actually looking for people to give you advice on certain topics, to give you advice on how to move about things, like I'm saying, I feel like we should be moving forward on finding advice for specific needs that we want, specific wants, or specific issues that we already have going on in relationships that we're in, as opposed to these like broad things, like how to find, you know, the submissive woman, how to find the man that's gonna take care of you. Like, it's very surface level, it's very umbrella topics, and again, like I said, people are applying it like it's a one size fits all, and that's not how it works. So like, moving forward, let's get a little more logical. Okay, let's bring it back down. Let's come back to reality. Take advice from people that it makes sense to take advice to, and some of you just need to shut up. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Some of you just need to shut up. Because again, with that like cigar bay thing, there was a woman who, she was like, it's not gonna work out for her, she's an idiot, she's this and she's that, and then she kept talking and she was like, every man that I've met was a narcissist. So why do you think like you can tell me about myself? Like, imagine you share a story like that about yourself and then some woman comes and tells you it's not gonna work out. Mind you, the cigar girl and the guy, they're still together. From what she says, it's still going good, right? Like, imagine you share something like that about yourself and then someone comes and tells you that you're being an idiot, that you're being used, that you're being dumb, that you're being this, and then you listen to them and you're like,
why would I listen to you?
Like, y'all just be pissing me off. But that is it for my little rants before I start to get mean. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the current topic of dating on social media. Let me know how dating is going for you down below, and yeah, make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below, and I will see you in the next video about things that are pissing me off.